Welcome to musicmoveit.com, and today I want to discuss 360 deals. So you probably heard of these deals before. They're not that new. You know, they've been done before, like at least 10 years ago, but you've been hearing a lot more about these deals called 360 deals. Now, basically what that is, it's a recording contract with a label, but instead of just the traditional contract where they make money off of album sales, they get a percentage of everything you do. Everything. Touring, merchandising, everything. Including even if you did a guest spot in a movie. They want their hand in that as well. Now, the difference between like a regular contract is they basically just got, money from record sales, publishing, things like that, depending what was negotiated. And now, besides all that, they want everything. They want a hand in everything you do, a percentage. Like it depends what you negotiate, but it might be like 20% of this, 20% of that. We want 30% of your touring, things like that. Now, the labels say this is a fair deal because, of course, they say the record sales are declining. That's nothing new. I mean, plus, they're not really. I mean, it just depends on the artist. Also, so they feel they put up all this money just to get an artist going. Say there's a new artist, and the labels are saying that, we take a fairly unknown artist, spend for their advances, producer advances, studio advances, living expense advances to them, and then just to get them known, they got to put them on a tour, a radio tour. That all costs money for the label. And a lot of times they try to get them on a major tour, opening up for a major artist. And of course, the label fronts all the money for that stuff, whether it be, they're on a tour bus, hotels, whatever. Now, in the past, with a standard deal, the artists kept all their touring money, merchandising money, and anything else that they did besides recording record sales. Now, the labels want a piece in all this. And they said they think it's fair because of all the money they put out, it's harder to recoup and things like that because they lose so much money on artists that fail. So they feel they have a better chance of making money. Of course, it's for the most part a horrible deal for an artist. The only way you can make it decent is if you have a good lawyer and they can negotiate a decent 360 deal. They could get percentages down, maybe they can talk them down to getting less of this, less of that. You just need a good lawyer to negotiate this. I would not go into a, signing deal without a proper lawyer because you could get totally screwed. These labels know what they want. So you need someone who knows what to do, knows the walk, knows the talk, has it all, knows the bullshit, and they will negotiate for you. Now, also, the labels want to do this because they see artists making a killing outside of just their music career. For instance, years ago, 50 Cent had a stake in that vitamin water stuff, and once the stock rose, he made a killing. Major artists like Beyonce, Lady Gaga are making millions, hundreds of millions in touring money and merchandising. And the labels are like, screw this, I want in on that. It's not, to me, personally, I don't think it's fair. I mean, I think it's a bad deal. But in their eyes, they're pushing you to stardom. I mean, I guess you gotta, if you think about it like that, they are putting the money up. They are putting you on tour early to make you a superstar. And if you fail, that sucks for them. But if you make it, then you're a money machine, basically. And they want to have some of that. So, also, if you are able to get a deal thrown at you, and it's a 360 deal, and you have a lawyer, definitely negotiate your publishing because you want a piece of publishing. That's a major revenue generator, like I've talked about in the past. And if you have a good lawyer, I have heard of people getting these deals and their lawyer made it so they are not completely screwed on publishing. Like they might say, all right, the labels are generally want complete control of any song an artist or band writes. The good part about that is that they will kind of work for their money, because the label, since they have control of it, they'll want to see income from it. So they will, they have departments that will pitch songs to get it licensed, and in turn, obviously, it brings in more money. And labels have the power to do that. So that's the good part, but you want to make sure you get a piece of that as well. I mean, if they're going to have complete control of your publishing, you should be getting a piece of that. So if your lawyer can knock that out and get the label to agree to something like that, that's wonderful. It's a deal like this, it's just all up to you what you think is fair and what your lawyer thinks is fair. If you have no problem giving up 40% of your touring and you feel like the contract you will see money, a steady income, if you don't mind that, because the label is a powerhouse. They can get stuff done. They can get you on tour. They can, with major artists, they can get you in magazines. They can get you in the newspapers. They can, they can do all that stuff because they have established relationships in this industry that can push people to make them a star. So for the most part, they can be a horrible deal, but all major contracts can be horrible deals. It just depends on how much leverage you have, how popular you are, how well your counsel is, like your lawyer, is he good enough to negotiate the terms. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. So if you're ever thrown into a situation like that, get a good lawyer, negotiate, especially publishing. You want an income stream for the rest of your life. So if 20 years from now you had a hit song and somebody uses it in a commercial, you're damn right you want a piece of that 20 years later, because you worked hard to record that song or write it or whatever. So always try to remember that, because it's important. Now, if you're a label owner and you want to start doing deals like that with artists, try to be fair. I mean, you're signing these artists. In my opinion, you want to be fair to your artists when you're signing people to your own indie label, because if they do well, you want them to stick around. You don't want to be caught up in court because they're pissed off because they didn't get their money. If you both work together, fine, and you're making money together and you're both happy, do it. Treat them right. Treat them fair. That's just my opinion. So, but hey, now if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It's kind of a short video today, but I got some other things I'm starting to think about doing. I'm thinking about doing a series of videos of me producing beats, just like quick beats. Just maybe people can give me ideas on things like that. I don't know. I just need your input. What else do you want to talk about music business wise? Let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to check the links down below in the description. There's a bunch of great links that you could check out. They're great for helping your career, and that's what we want. We want your career to prosper and to make a living out of music. If you like it, give a thumbs up. Also, subscribe, please. There's more great videos, and there's also a lot of back content that you can look at. Hit the bell when you subscribe. It's like to the left or right of the subscribe button. Hit that bell and it'll notify you whenever I put out a new video. And I want to thank you for everyone for the great comments. I try and read all the comments and I try to respond to them, and it's great talking with y'all and I love it. So please feel free to leave a comment, and I will see you next video. Thank you.